Welcome viewers and supporters from the West Coast to the Midwest. This is a global event with many world changers.
Jericho is a faith-based nonprofit. Our faith drives our mission to serve the youth of Bosnia-Herzegovina.
We believe that educated, empowered, equipped, and impassioned youth are the only ones who can make a lasting change in their country.
Our holistically designed scholarship program meets the needs of students to support their success.
We bring together an ethnically and religiously diverse group of youth to promote unity and diversity in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
We work with local churches, groups, and businesses, both in the U.S. and Bosnia, to offer leadership and professional training to equip our students for employment.
Investing in the lives of these youth is building a foundation of the next generations of ethical, compassionate, and mindful leaders of Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Jericho scholars and alumni are serving their communities and becoming local and global agent for change.
Jericho's mission over the past 20 years has remained the same, restoring hope one student at a time. My name is Melissa and I was the first student.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us for our 17th annual but first virtual Night of Hope event. We're so excited that you've decided to learn more about the incredible work that the Jericho Foundation is doing in the lives of young people all across Bosnia and Herzegovina. My name is Kaylin Hoffman and I'm the Marketing and Communications Director at the Jericho Foundation. When I first heard about the mission 7 years ago, it touched my heart immediately. And then I had the privilege of seeing Jericho's work firsthand when I moved abroad to Bosnia for an entire semester. Jericho's work is unique in the sustainable and holistic design of its programs. We work hard to meet students right where they're at and give them an opportunity that would otherwise be completely unattainable. And when you invest in Jericho, you don't just change the life of one scholarship student, you ignite a ripple effect of hope that changes the legacy for an entire generation. Over the next 45 minutes, you're going to hear stories from the students who have been impacted by Jericho's work, and you'll also hear from people who make our work possible. You're going to learn more about our mission and vision over the last 20 years, and then hear about how you can become a part of what we're doing over the next 20 years. Thank you so much again for joining us tonight. I know you're going to be so inspired by what you hear.
Welcome to Night of Hope, virtually this year. I'm sorry that we are not all enjoying each other's company with a live event, especially with us celebrating our 20th year. It's really hard not to be there in person. And we hope that we see you back here at the Radisson next year. And I think that we just need to have a redo and celebrate our 20th year again. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for the years of support that you have given us, for the belief in our programs, for just rallying behind our students and encouraging them. And thank you so much, and I hope that you will enjoy this virtual event. We started in 1993, and that was when my sister-in-law was the first American civilian killed during the war. That kind of put Bosnia and Herzegovina on the map for me. And about a year and a half later, I had the opportunity to travel to Croatia to work with refugees. When we arrived at the refugee camp, it was tough. It was tough to see the conditions that the people were living in. At the time, the women had been doing knitting, basically just for something to do. And as I stepped out of the group, I looked off to the side, and there was a mother standing there. Our eyes connected, and I felt like she had this look on her face, like, I can't believe I have to do this, but I have to do this. I've got to push into this group to get somebody to buy this. So I walked over to her. I showed her a picture of my daughter, and she got really excited and called her daughter, and from that point there just became this connection, and it was just two mothers talking about their daughter. Melissa was her daughter's name, her oldest daughter, and she knew a little bit of English, so they immediately invited me into their room where they were staying. My first experience with strong Bosnian coffee, and it was during that short time of 45 minutes, that the bond was formed. And as I was leaving and saying goodbye, Melissa just said a simple phrase that a little girl would say. She said, "Please don't forget me." And I promised that I wouldn't. And basically those four words, that phrase, changed her life and my life forever. My husband and I were just moved that we had to do something. We really didn't know what to do. We thought it would be rebuilding. That seemed like it made the most sense, to rebuild a home. I always jokingly say really Melissa started the foundation, because she was the one that explained to us that the infrastructure had been destroyed, and that families that used to be able to make a living, with agricultural or working in factories, that was no longer a possibility, and that there had been a real brain drain from the country. Basically, people that had education and had means had left the country. So really, their only hope, her only hope, was to be able to go to college so she could support her family. So we started the foundation in 2000 with really the intention of putting Melissa and her younger sister through college, and then closing it. But students kept coming, and really eager students that were equipped, that had the knowledge, the academics to be able to succeed, but really just needed that little bit of helping hand. I mean, they were willing to put in the work. They just needed that helping hand. And so we went from 2 students to 8 students, to a dozen students. And now, 20 years later, we have 47 current students and 35 alumni students. Boy, as we celebrate our 20th anniversary and think about what could be ahead for the next 20 years, I'm thrilled. I'm so excited. I know right now that we have students that are employed and are now monthly donors. I see that growing as more students, the success in their life, and it's really awesome to see them give back. I see our staff growing in Bosnia. I see down the road, of course, expanding with more students, and then looking at that second maybe level of how do we help entrepreneurship grow in Bosnia, and I'm really excited about that. Looking back over these 20 years, I think some of the things I'm most proud of is that we have continually changed in regards to what the students need. We didn't stay stuck in one type of mold. We really listened to our students. We listened to our advisors that are there in Bosnia, our program manager, and really continually look at, are we meeting our mission? Are we meeting our goals? And we have always been willing to change and tweak the programs, to be able to accomplish that.
I'm excited to introduce you to Mirella. She is a program manager for the Jericho Foundation based in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Mirella also happens to be from Bosnia, which makes her a huge asset to the Jericho team. She understands the local complexities, history, and challenges with the political system and educational system. Tune in to hear from Mirella next about some of the challenges that our students face and how we can each support them along their journey.
Bosnia and Herzegovina is still facing many challenges. One of the biggest challenges we are facing right now is young people leaving our country, and the number gets bigger every year. This is where I see Jericho stepping in and being part of the solution to this problem. By encouraging our young students, by giving them the resources that are absolutely necessary in order for them to finish college and find future employment, we can be that solution. We have a holistic approach to thinking about higher education. We're not only thinking about students getting that diploma, but we are also thinking about how are they doing while they are pursuing that diploma. Are they really using the best potential they have? Are they really using all the resources that they can have during their studies? So this is how Jericho is approaching to that higher education. We also give scholarships every year to our students, and we make sure that we provide everything that they need in order to be successful in their college and in their higher education. So Jericho is making a change by focusing on marginalized youth, like I said previously, people who live in smaller cities or even remote villages who really didn't have opportunity to study before can study now thanks to Jericho scholarship. And this is something really exciting, and this is why I really enjoy being part of the Jericho family, is because I get to see those people that wouldn't have opportunity really going for it and studying hard and finishing their colleges and finding a good employment. This is not good just for them, but also for their entire family. So why I love Jericho is that Jericho gives hope, not just to students, but also to their families and for the generations to come. And I'm so excited that there are so many people like yourself who see the potential of young people, who are willing to invest, and who are willing to give their time and other resources to make sure that Bosnia once again becomes the beautiful country that it was, and becomes a country where people can really reach their full potential and where young people can see hope. So thank you so much for that.
Good evening. We're Tim and Julie Brown, and we're so honored to be a part of this very special virtual event for the annual Jericho Foundation Night of Hope.
Over 20 years ago, it's been that long. Joanna Shields first approached us about helping her with a fundraiser to raise money for students in Bosnia. Now, we didn't know much of anything about Bosnia other than the war that had happened in the 90s. But we did know that lending a helping hand to someone in need, especially young people, wherever they live, is a very good, blessed, noble endeavor.
After that first fundraiser all those years ago, I then served on the board for several years, and I actually traveled to Bosnia with the Jericho team in 2008. And then Tim and I have watched how the Jericho Foundation has, you could say, come of age. How Jericho supporters have faithfully come alongside a struggling country to help it rebuild by building into its next generation, to provide education, friendship, mentoring, and hope to the young people there, hope for a better future. It's such a simple message, and one that has resonated with hundreds of people who are now a part of this incredible effort.
As it turned out, Julie and I are among the original financial supporters of the Jericho Foundation. And for all these years, it's really cool when you think about we've actually invested in a generation of Bosnian students. We met them as teenagers, and we saw them grow to become successful adults with careers that Jericho helped make happen. Careers that began with a college education in Bosnia-Herzegovina, paid for with Jericho scholarships, followed by internships here in the United States, and many of them right here in Kalamazoo, sponsored by Jericho and U.S. businesses.
As you hear more stories, you might be thinking, why Bosnia? And I would say, why not Bosnia? If God is calling you to spread love and compassion to youth, there are no boundaries to that calling. So would you please consider joining us as donors? You won't regret it.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Raquel Owens, and I am the U.S. Program Manager at the Jericho Foundation. For the past 20 years, Jericho has walked alongside youth in Bosnia-Herzegovina to support their education, help them cultivate their leadership skills, and help provide the space to build unity throughout the country. This work would not have been possible without donors and supporters like you. You are about to hear from a student in our program, and listen as she shares her story, her experience, and how Jericho has impacted not just her, but her family and community. Then you'll get a deeper look inside the mission of Jericho by hearing from more students, their families, and key stakeholders in our program. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Katja Butikan and I'm recording this from a small but very beautiful town called Stolac. It's located at the south of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Just like my town, my old country is very beautiful and charming, but sometimes that's so hard to see. When you look around, when you go to big cities, you can see old buildings destroyed during the war. And that's not just the buildings, it's also people, and that's the bigger problem. For example, my father's home was destroyed during the war. My uncle was injured and my father got PTSD. Because of that, now he has diabetes and he is losing his sight. It's so hard not to be affected by the war. Even for me, the person who wasn't born then and didn't know what was happening. After my high school, it was a struggle for my family because we knew that I need to go to college. But thanks to my family and my hard work, I finished my first year. Then I was lucky. I met Jericho family, became part of it. And I see Jericho like a shield that offers you a lot. They pay you rents and you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about paying your tuition. You, under that shield, you can grow, you can try to become better and much smarter person, if I may say. They give you opportunity to meet other people, to hear their stories and to be changed, to see not that small picture, but to see whole country and everyone in it. Thanks to Jericho, I finished my 3 years of faculty. I got my bachelor degree. And 1 month ago, I also got my master degree from mechanical engineering. But when I say that you can dream big, I'm the example of that. After I got my bachelor degree, I decided to dream bigger. And I got into 2 masters, mechanical engineering and economics. And I need to do 1 more exams to also get my master degree from economics. And that's all thanks to you, thanks to Jericho family, thanks to Jericho donors, thanks to Joanna, Mike, Dave, Jason, and others that see that Bosnia and Herzegovina got potential, that see that we have young people that got talents and can change things. So thank you a lot.
Prije rata je bio relativno fin život. I zdravstveno osiguranje sve bilo sigurno baš na nivou, ne znamo bolji mislim. Tad je bio najljepše godine svojeg života uzeli baš rat. Ja sam završio vojsko, služio i sa 19 godina malo ne rat odmah me zatrafio. Najljepše godine života su mi uzeli.
Ja sam odrasla u jako teškim uslovima. Moja mama je umrla kad sam imala 11 godina. Desio je se rat, onda sam izbjegla u Zenicu. Ta stigma izbjeglice je uvijek išla za mnom.
When I start to go in the first school, some teachers, they try to kick me out from the school because they think I'm some special kid who need to go in special school with special treatments. I was thinking I will never be able to do something.
I šta, zadesio te rat, 4 godine rata, poremetilo ti samu mladost, kamoli šta ja znam. Pa kako, 4 godine rata. Nisi, tu vrlo malo budeš kući, većinom si na terenu. To znači, ako te zapane džego da spavaš u kakvoj izrušenoj kući, dobro si prošao.
Sam imala jako lijepo djetinjstvo, ali me tad, kad sam imala svoje snove, očekiva nešto što čovjek ne može da vjeruje. Ali skontaš u jednom momentu da se sve te tvoji snovi ruši.
My dad was in a camp for
a really long time during the war. And I would, to this day, when I was living, I would hear him scream and I would hear him cry in the middle of the night. And you know, a little kid, I would be like, what is happening? How can I help him? But there was no way to help him, I guess.
We lived in some flat, and in 2003 was born my younger brother and sister. They are twins, but we needed to live. Then we lived in a small house without water and electricity. It was very hard, and my dad, I'm sorry.
Teško doći do egzistencije, znači, teško se zaposliti. I kad se zaposliš, to gleda minimalno da te plati.
It's not just about the money they are giving. It's about the friendships we make here. It's about the love they give to us here. It's just like they said when we first got here. This is like a big family.
I feel that this organization is something people here really need, because not only it helps to educate others, it helps them, you know, to mature and to grow with one another. I never met so much positive energy concentrated in one place.
Can you tell us about when you found out that you got the scholarship?
I can't describe you how much I feel when I was accepted for the Jericho. For me, it was like, impossible.
Well, first I didn't believe it. I thought it was a prank. I got an email and all the Jericho team contacted me. Everyone congratulated me, and I was like, wow, is this a dream or something?
I was like, can you repeat it to me? Really? I was so excited. And I called my family and said it to them, and they was crying. It was so emotional.
The experience of engaging with people that are different than you are always valuable. So I like to think it's just a little teeny tiny way that we can kind of work towards a better world that gets along better, and hopefully it makes a little bit of a difference.
Our faith definitely led us to wanting to host a Jericho student and just wanting to help others, to give others opportunities that we have here in the United States. Our mission in life is led by our faith, and it didn't matter what faith the student had as a background, and so we just love others and want to help others be their best. That's why we chose to have a Jericho student stay with us.
Jericho Foundation changed my life. My dad is now so proud of me because I'm just one more step to graduation, and he knows that he can't do that to me, and Jericho can. He is also so thankful for that. Jericho Foundation changed my life and my family lives too.
Expanding and growing our family to include extended people like Elmine is absolutely wonderful. There's one more person that we get to say happy birthday to. So growing family members by having people join your family for a short time is pretty amazing.
It's pretty cool how exponential the impact is. It's not just the one person that is with you or that you're hosting or that's in the program, it's their whole family, it's their whole community. It really feels like Jericho's goals are achievable.
The best part is that I meet these guys, Wolvertons, and the best part also is doing an internship, learning new things that will help me, when I back to Bosnia and start my own job. And so it's a huge impact and a great opportunity.
Jericho has been really understanding, like very, very kind. I haven't met more kinder people like that. I haven't met anybody like that.
It's just one of this incredible privilege to be right here
plant seeds of change and watch these young people who have so much potential, and just to have the privilege of talking to them and getting to know them, encouraging them. It's so encouraging and motivating.
I believe there's a lot of obstacles are awaiting me, but I believe with Jericho I will get over that obstacles and I will make a great future for the Bosnia and Herzegovina. I believe in hope.
Because of you, I can achieve my dreams.
Because of you, I will heal others.
Because of you, I can focus on my studies.
Because of you, I finished my first year of college.
Because of you, I know what hope is.
Because of you, we are making progress.
Because of you, I will make a difference.
Because of you, change is possible.
Because of you, I have more than a scholarship. I have Jericho family.
Because of you, I believe in hope.
Hello, my name is Anne, and I'm the Finance Director for the Jericho Foundation. I came to the foundation in 2014, knowing that this was a nonprofit organization that helped empower students in Bosnia and Herzegovina. But I quickly found that it was much, much more than that. It was a very special organization. Through watching student testimony videos and just seeing the emotion on the faces of participants who had gone to Bosnia on trips, and meeting some of the students who had come to the US for internships, I quickly realized this was much more than just tuition. And then my husband and I decided that we needed to go on one of the trips, so we attended a fall seminar together. And it was life-changing. Just knowing that the kids and their families have gone through unimaginable challenges, and they were still sitting there talking with us, kind, joyful, and hopeful for the future. They want to change their communities and their country, and they're ready to do it. I've seen this organization push through the challenges of operating in a complicated foreign government and making the commitment to go beyond just paying tuition and addressing medical and emotional needs of the students, as well as working to develop their skills so that they can have an edge when they get out in the workplace. And after spending time with the students myself, I get it. They are worth fighting for. 2020 has been a hard year for the whole world, but once again, our donors gave us the opportunity to be a blessing in Bosnia and Herzegovina. By funding a student-led COVID relief fund with the help of our Bosnian program manager, the students managed the budget, they put together relief packages, and they delivered to needy families in their communities. The students got to become the givers to total strangers, and for most of them, it was an opportunity that they'd never had before. And they were moved in a profound way. We need your support to continue to make these life-changing breakthroughs in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Historically, this event raises 60% of our funding. We have 47 students relying on your generosity and commitment. You heard from some of the students tonight on the impact that Jericho has had on them, and you're going to get to hear from one more. On average, a scholarship is $4,800 per year per student. This covers tuition, housing, books, food, tutoring, and a U.S. internship. Tonight, some of you may be able to give $35 or $50 on a monthly basis. If you are already a monthly donor, we are so thankful for your support. Would you consider tonight increasing your donation by $10 a month? Others tonight might be able to cover a half or full year scholarship. This foundation, you, are the voice telling this small piece of the world, we see you. You are valuable. If you registered for this event tonight, you can make a donation right now from the BidPal link on your cell phone or from our website at jerichofoundation.org. If you're at a watch party, your hosts have envelopes that you can fill out and mail in. I want to thank you for spending this time with us. Now we get to hear from an alumni student named Eden as he shares his experience with Jericho.
Hi guys, greetings from Bosnia. I am Edin Hasakovic, Jericho's alumni. I successfully finished master degree in mechanical engineering at University of Sarajevo. After 5 years of studying, just in a few weeks I found my job, and right now I'm a full-time employee in a domestic company which produces exclusive doors, blinds, windows, sliders, railings, aluminium and glass facades. As a mechanical designer, I'm proud of fact that I can sign our biggest projects in Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and recently we exported many products to New York. So next time, if you'll be walking through Manhattan and Brooklyn, look carefully, you'll be able to see wonderful Bosnian facades. Without Jericho, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I'm thrilled with generosity I receive every time I type or speak with board members, my ex-host family during my internship, or any other Jericho members. You taught me that we can achieve whatever we put our mind to. We can celebrate diversity among us, which leads us to what we call unity. I met my lifelong friends. Remember, nice people make nice things, only if you give them opportunity to do so.